Hi everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Thank you, Sera Jo, for this great arrangement of a new song, of a new Repay by PJ Morton. Yes, PJ Morton just released his new album. Yeah, when I first heard PJ Morton in a Spectrasonic video, yeah, with Eric Pearson, I thought, wow. Yeah, what an amazing songwriter. I wish I could play that way. Okay, anyways, I saw that video so many times, yeah, and Sera Jo actually transcribed that performance, yeah, and also I would like to feature it here in this webinar. And yeah, this Sera has an amazing patience, not only to transcribe, but also to do piano arrangement, then notate. A wonderful notation which is actually very clear to read. Yeah, so I would like to go again through that transcription. And also, today there are several things I want to do. Yeah, one of them is I have an interview with a great pianist and educator, Andrew Gordon, yeah, from England, yeah, and he has been writing educational material in books, you know, for the last 25 years. And definitely, yeah, I would like to check him out. And he was gracious enough to provide us with a video tutorial of how to play funk clavinet. Yeah, so that's going to be coming up soon. And also, yesterday was the birthday of John Mayer. Yeah, great songwriter, guitarist, blues guitarist. And my students in LACM, they were performing one of John Mayer's songs called Gravity, and it just came so well. It's part of my online recording, performance recording class, and it came out so nice that I had to do a quick video block. Yeah, and why not? You know, I want to play it now. Yeah. Again, it's a online recording class at Los Angeles College of Music. I have it every week, and then we all get, you know, my class, we get together and we record online. So everybody has Logic Pro on their side. Everybody's recording, and everybody's flying their tracks, and I'm doing my best to put them together. Yeah, so we finish that song in one session. So I thought, wow, this is quite an accomplishment. So I would like to share what we just did yesterday. Hi everybody. Today I had a great class at the Los Angeles College of Music. My students played really well, and in one session we completed this recording, a cover version of Gravity by John Mayer. My students, Hunter on bass, Nicholas on drums, Timothy on guitar, Hayden played keyboards, and Sean played the lead melody in tenor sax. Here are some highlights of our session. Yes, that was my class. That was my class yesterday. We finished our recording of John Mayer, Gravity. And yesterday was John Mayer's birthday. Yeah, so I thought, wow, what a coincidence. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Okay, and now I want to go back to our core training. And our core training, in my opinion, is what allows us to do in music and flow and do all those songs and everything we want to do. Okay. So, I want to start with my chromatic scales in E again. Why do I do chromatic scales? Just because in one pass we cover all the solfege meaning, you know, ascending and descending, and that kind of gets together with all our chord scale harmony. And we have two levels that we're going to explore. Yeah, foundational level is we play and we sing do, di, re, re, mi, and we are going to do that in a second. The next level is we sing and we touch the keys on the piano or on the strings on the bass or guitar. But we sing, but we don't actually play. So that means that our musical memory is very well established. Okay, so this is great. It's a great workout that I love to do. Why don't we start? Do, di, re, re, mi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, what a great day. What a great way of starting our Saturday, our morning. So now we're going to go to the next level. And also, I want to shift. I want to do the same chromatic scales by using traditional key signatures. So what I'm doing is I'm going back and forth in my training, in the training with all my students, between using open key signatures, like what you see here, and traditional key signatures. Why do I do that? Because, for the last 300 years, we've been using traditional key signatures, and this is something that we have to continue to use and master. Nevertheless, composers now these days, their compositions are so chromatic, and sometimes they are shifting, and you even don't know which key or modal center they are, so they decide, okay, I'm just going to write everything in an open key center, and I'm just going to write individual accidentals because, then the symbology reflects better the nature of my music, and we're going to explore both, and now we're going to shift back to chromatic, to traditional keys, and now we're going to take it to another level. We are going to sing, but we're not going to play. We're going to touch the keys. So hopefully we're going to be in tune. Let's see if we can do it. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti. We're in tune, perfect. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. And as you can see, today my voice is not too good, but it doesn't matter, so, which means any day, any moment, we can just do our warm-ups. And now let's move on. We're gonna go back to open keys, but we're gonna work on bass clef. So bass clef, we're gonna play A major triad. You can play it on the keyboard, you can play it on the guitar. Maybe you can play it on bass too. And we're gonna sing a bass line. We're gonna sing and play. Do, do. Let's see if I can sing it down an octave. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, now we're going to take it to another level. And I want to use traditional key signatures. Now we're in the key of E. So we have those 4 sharps. And I'm still playing the triad. But now I'm only going to touch the keys. And why am I touching the keys? Can I just sing? Well, yes, but I still want to emphasize the kinesthetic connection in my mind and body. So then that's very, very, very helpful. To go to a real experience of being able just to hear whatever whatever I'm thinking, musically speaking, and then my body just goes and just touches and plays appropriate keys. So that's one of the goals, lifelong goals, and we want to develop that more. So here we go. Do, do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, good. Yeah, so that's a nice warm-up for today. And now I want to be jumping around. I want to go from ear training, warming up, to chords. Then I want to go back to ear training if we have time. And then if we have time, we're going to go to do some tension substitution voicings. And then I have the clavinet, funky clavinet video tutorial, surprise for today. So let's go and let's do some chords. Let's work with some intervals. Okay. Here we go. We have those two elements, that we use in order to develop our musical perception. One is language, and one is the visual development of intervals. Very, very important. Yeah, actually, something like that I'm doing every day with my students in Los Angeles College of Music, and I did that before also with my students in Musicians Institute at Berkeley and NEC and CCM and CSCM. Seems like I'm working with the same material and also with all my private students too. So we're gonna work now with visualizing intervals. In this case, to visualize a major ninth. And when we work with a major ninth is very useful. Yeah, we can see a major 9 as part of a major 7 with 9, minor 7 with a 9th. How about the minor 6/9? We can have also a minor 7 flat 5 with a 9. We could have even a diminished major 7 with a 9th. Yeah, and they all imply different chord scale pairing. Yeah, pairing, chord scale pairing. So you have a chord and you have a scale, and you're going to connect them together. So that's coming up next in the next few minutes. We're going to do something like that. Okay, what else can we do? We can do so many things. Also, when we work with minor ninths, or nines or extended intervals, anything from a flat 9 to a 13th, we are gonna open them up. Yeah, so it's not like working with intervals as we worked before from a minor second to a major 7th. I always keep them in close position, and then I shift them from hand to hand and space in the keyboard to develop that interval, a body awareness flexibility, that we wanna develop. Yeah, in this one, we want to also work with open voicings. And for open voicings, let me even zoom out a bit. Okay, so why do we want open voicings? Because we want our nines, even if we have to play a 9 here. Let me even zoom out even more so you can see what I'm planning to do. So I can have a C here, and I can have this D here. Yeah, and we want to be able to do that. Yeah, so when we have F with a 9, or B flat with a 9, D flat with a 9, B with a 9, E with a 9, yeah, and so on. So we can open our voicings, and let's say we're back in the key of C. So I can have my root. How about here? I can have a 9. Maybe I can have here my 5. But now I'm going to put my 3 above, and I can have a sharp 11, and even here a 13th. And I can use those huge chords, and now I can use them with my, to compose if I'm a songwriter, producer, with my DAW, and I can do those very, very lush open voicings. Okay, so let's go back to a closer look. Now, we're going to practice our 9s ascending. We're going to go through the cycle of fourths. And the way I want to practice is I want to keep them up, yeah? At least an octave, yeah, plus, in this case, an octave in a step. But if I can put them 2 octaves in a step, 3 octaves in one step, yeah, even better. So why don't we practice together? C, D, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, and C. Okay. Another practice would be more advanced. I can give a student, okay, let's do this major ninth in F. You're gonna have your F here, then your 9 on top. Let's see what chords can we build in the middle. Maybe we can build a minor ninth in the middle. Maybe we can build a diminished major 7 in the middle. Maybe we can build a major 7, a sharp 11 or flat 5 in the middle. Maybe we can build so many choices, isn't it? It's almost endless. Maybe we can build this major 7 flat 5 with an 11th in the middle. Yeah. So that's another story. But now we're gonna go and we're gonna practice our major ninths descending. And let's change our cycle. How about if we use a cycle of minor thirds, but we're gonna emphasize the sharps. Yeah, so we also have to be comfortable. I remember when I was a student, I was very comfortable, yeah, exploring my B flat, working with B flats and E flats, but as soon as I hit an A sharp, whoa, something didn't feel too comfortable, yeah, and we have to it are just different names, yeah, so it's not a big thing, yeah, but for some reason we tend to sometimes feel comfortable with certain symbols and not so much with other ones. Yeah, so that's actually very easy to overcome. Yeah. So now let's work with our major ninths descending. So here we go. So I'm gonna start in C, the major 9 below. Okay. Go to D sharp, major 9 below. Let's move to F sharp. A. So now the cycle refers to the top note, and I'm gonna have to expand the major ninth below. C sharp, E, G, A sharp, D, F, G sharp, B, and eventually coming back to C. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that interval workout, yeah. And now I want to change modes. Yeah, I want to go to a video tutorial on funky clavinet. After that, I want to go back into working with extensions, with tension substitution voicings. I want to work with, if we have time, I want to work with this voicing. Yeah, I want to work with my major 7, 9, 13th, in second inversion, and we're going to play the recycle. But before, I want to change mood, and I want to work with a video for funky clavinet, playing funk grooves with Andrew Gordon. So here we go. Hi everybody, and here I have with me author, pianist, educator, composer Andrew Gordon. And Andrew Gordon has written over 80 educational books that span from keyboard, bass, guitar, drums, you name it, in all different styles, from blues, gospel, funk, Latin, country and western, jazz, you name it, yeah. And students around the world have been using his books for the last 25 or plus years. So I'm gonna ask Andy to tell us a bit about his musical journey, and then the video that is gonna be coming up next after this brief introduction.
Well, thank you, Carlos. It's good to be on your Facebook lesson live stream, and I wish everybody who's watching it well and staying safe. Anyway, Carlos and I have known each other for many, many years, I think since 1996, and Carlos has some great books, as probably many of you know, on Latin piano styles, etc. And it's great that Carlos and I can work together on many different areas. I wanted to become more familiar with the technique used using a Hohner clavinet, which I'm sure you've all heard with Stevie Wonder and Herbie Hancock and keyboard players like that, where the clavinet is used as kind of like a rhythm comping keyboard part, similar to what a rhythm guitarist would play. And the part that's in the video today is a typical funky clavinet part. It's over a, I think, 8-measure blues progression using the 1, the 4, the flat 6, the 5, if I remember rightly. So the pattern is repeated, just in a different key. And I've broken this video down, showing you how to play it at a normal tempo, at a slow tempo, the left and the right hand part separately. And then there's a backing track at the end, so you can practice yourself with a backing track.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. And now all the students, here is the video that you've been waiting, and we're gonna learn with Andrew Gordon about how to play funk patterns on a clavinet. So here is the video.
Hello everyone, this is Andrew Gordon, and in this video I have created a funky clavinet riff over these chords using the 1st, 5th, 7th and octave of each chord. This is the rhythm pattern for the combined left and right hand parts. Practice clapping this rhythm, gradually increasing the tempo. I suggest you do this before trying to play the rhythm pattern on the keyboard. 1 E and D, 2 E and D, 3 E and D, 4 E and D, 1 E and D, 2 E and D, 3 E and D, 4 E and D. Now it's your turn to practice. Here is the backing track with the music notation. I hope you enjoyed this video lesson.
Well, thank you, Andy, for this presentation. And now I would like to, I want to go to work. We're gonna work with this chord, yeah. So great, I was practicing too while I was watching the video tutorial. I was reading and I was trying to practice those grooves. Yeah, this is something like so beneficial, yeah, for hand independence and also to learn all those stylistic styles that we hear with Herbie Hancock, we hear with Stevie Wonder. Okay, and now we're gonna go back to chord basics. So we have the C major 7. Gonna play it in second inversion. And our root is gonna go to our 9th. And our 5 is gonna move to the 13th. So what we have is a La, Ti, Re, Mi. La, Ti, Re, Mi. And we're gonna build this chord, we're gonna build it here through the cycle. So here we go, key of F, cycle of fourths. La, Ti, Re, Mi, F. La, Ti, Re, Mi. And if we can sing at the same time, yeah, that would be ideal. B flat. La, Ti, Re, Mi. E flat. La, Ti, Re, Mi. A flat. La, Ti, Re, Mi. D flat. La, Ti, Re, Mi. And now we're gonna work with B. No, G flat, sorry. La, ti, re, mi. Now to the key of B. La, ti, re, mi. Let's go to E. La, ti, re, mi. A. La, ti, re, mi. And D. La, ti, re, mi. Key of G. La, ti, re, mi. And we end up on C. La, ti, re, mi. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are working with tension substitution voicings. Actually, the longer name would be four-way close tension substitution voicings. Yeah, maybe you picked up, if you chord scale harmony book, and that term exists. And so it has to do with chord pairing. So if I have here a major 7 chord, I can pair this chord with maybe a Ionian mode major scale. I could also pair it with a Lydian mode. In this case, I'm gonna pair it with a major chord. So after doing that, I have many possibilities. One is, I'm gonna play it here. I can take any chord tone and I can move it to an adjacent extension. An adjacent non-chord tone, in this case an extension. So I can move my C to a 9th, I can move my 5 to a 13th, and I can have those very nice chords. Yeah, I can create inversion patterns. In this case, we're creating an inversion, second inversion. La, ti, re, mi. So, first level, foundational level, is what we just did. Yeah, I'm playing the root, and then we are building the chord note for note, maybe ascending. We could also use another pattern, but we're going to start ascending. I'm going to sing and play at the same time. La, ti, re, mi. Second level, which is what we're going to do now, we're going to take this chord and we're going to play in different ways. How about let's go through the cycle of fifths. So I'm just going to play, we're going to play left hand root, right hand chord. That's it. And then we're going to move to the other key following this cycle. Why don't we start C? And let's remember the code. This is the code. This is the most important thing that we're going to remember. 13, 7, 9, 3. That's one way. Yeah, visualize the chord on the piano via intervals. 13, 7, 9, 3. Yeah, one way. Or we can use solfege. La, ti, re, mi. Or maybe we can use even combination of both to create very strong imagery. So here we go. C, G, D, A, E, B, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, and C. Good, so that's one way of practicing. Left hand root, right hand chord. Now we're going to practice with our left hand only. And let me change cycles. How about if we go to the cycle of minor thirds? What we're going to do, we're going to play stride. So we're going to play the root, and then we're going to play the chord. So this is more difficult. Yeah, and let's do it. C, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, G, B flat. Okay, maybe here, outside of the camera range. D, F, A flat, and B. Okay, so we practice this in another way, using stride left hand. There is one more way I like to practice, and that's putting the chord in my left hand. So I'm not gonna play the bass. I'm in the key of C. I have a La, Ti, Re, Mi, but I'm gonna play the root on my right hand. So this is actually very useful, Yeah. So for creating melodic lines while we accompany ourselves with those voicings. So why don't we start? And let's change cycles. How about if we do, let's do this one, a cycle of minor thirds but descending. So here we go, C, and let's just keep the code. This is the most important part, let's keep the code in mind. So this is exactly the same training classical composers have been doing for many years, from the days of Bach, that we had the figure-based, the cantus firmus, and we had all those numbers, all those chords, those numbers that actually they implied the chords, and they were just figuring those chords out in all different keys. So we're doing kind of the same process, but now in a modern setup with chord scale harmony. So here we go, C, A, E flat, G flat, sorry, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, and D flat, and go back to C. Okay, so we work with those three modes actually that I like to use for my own practice and when I practice with all my students. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Actually, I want to do one more thing in relationship to basic musicianship training. Okay, we covered chromatic scales, so no chromatic scales. We're done with our chromatic scales for today. But what I want to do is I want to work with modes in modal interchange. So modal interchange means that my whatever root that I pick is going to remain the same. So I can start with a, in chords you probably have heard, okay, I have an F major, and then I can go to an F minor, but how about an F minor major 7, then an F minor diminished 7, an F maybe Lydian, an F maybe Locrian natural 9, an F, whatever, maybe altered, but see, I'm always gravitating in one tonal area and I'm not moving. So we're going to use that concept to practice our modes. Okay, so you have here the mode, you have then the solfege syllables. That's very important. So that's going to help us also integrate the meaning, the meaning of each note. And on top of that, we have the chords. That's for chord pairing. So we have and we're going to sing. Why don't we sing? We can sing ascending, everything descending. For now, everything ascending. So, and we're going to play a cluster at the very end. So here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And that's our first scale. And I can pair the scale with a major 7, major 6, major 7, 9, major 6, 9, and even a major 7 with a 9, a 13th. Yeah, so those are my choices. Yeah. Now, one moment. I want to move here now to our second mode, Dorian mode in F. We're going to build our Dorian mode in F. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Let's play all the notes together. And that would be our cluster technique. And maybe I even can zoom a bit more. Yeah, that's even better. Yeah. Okay, so I have my F Dorian mode. And what are the chords that I can use? I can pair it with a minor 7, 9. How about minor 7, 9, and 11th, and minor 7, 9, 11, and 13th. Yeah, so those are possible chord pairings. Good, so now moving on. We're gonna continue, and we're gonna move to Phrygian mode on F. So I'm gonna sing Do, Ra, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Very important to sing our scales. Now we're gonna play all the notes at the same time and hold them down. So we can create a visual feedback and also a feeling or kinesthetic feedback. Now, chord pairing, what do we have here? I actually can pair this chord with an F minor 7. I can pair it with an F minor 7 and 11th. But the most interesting chord pairings for my taste are the ones with the sus. So I can use a sus chord. Because then I'm almost implying I don't know if I can, a flamenco-ish, a dominant, yeah? Okay, and I can have an F, a 7 sus with a flat 9. Very interesting chord. And even a F7 sus with a sharp 9. Okay, and we're gonna move on to the next scale. We're gonna use F Lydian mode. I'm gonna sing Do, Re, Mi, Fi. Let's pay attention to the Fi sharp 4. Do, Re, Mi, Fi, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Okay, and now what are our possibilities for pairing, chord pairing? I can have a major 7, like in major 6, major 7, 9, major 6, 9. So far are the same chord pairings as a major scale. Nevertheless, now it changes. I can have a major 9 with a sharp 11. I can have a major 6-9 with a sharp 11. Very cool chord. And I even can have a major 7, sharp 11, 13. Very nice chord, yeah? So now we're gonna move on. And let's go to the Mixolydian mode on F. We're gonna sing and build it. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, and together. And that's how our Mixolydian mode looks like. So now, chord pairing, I can have a dominant 7. I can have a dominant 7-9. I can have a dominant 7-9 and 13th. Okay, that's very interesting. But also I can do chord pairing with a sus. See, this is interesting with a Phrygian mode. We were using the sus chord as a chord pairing, but that was giving us kind of a darker sound, almost like a dominant, altered dominant, but we're using a sus. Yeah, almost that kind of feeling. Now it's going to be more like a major sounding, yeah, colors. So we can have a with a, yeah, we can have a F7 sus. We can have an F7 sus with a 9th. We even can have a F7 sus with a 13th. Okay, good. And now moving on, and we have our Aeolian mode on F. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Very cool mode. And what are our possibilities? We can pair it with a minor 7. With a minor 7/9. In minor 7/11. So also what I have heard is sometimes I hear players using some sort of a Aeolian mode, but it doesn't follow this structure. It's almost they like to play a D flat major 7, but in first inversion. Yeah, and then creating that. Yeah, an Aeolian sound, yeah, but without following the traditional tertial harmony and tertial interval stacks. So now we're gonna move on to our next mode, in the Locrian mode, in F. We're gonna sing. This is, in my opinion, the most important part, to sing the scales. Do, ra, mi, fa, si, la, ti, do, and together. So that's how F Locrian looks like. And how can I use it? I can pair it with a minor 7 flat 5. I can pair it with a minor 7 flat 5 with 11th. That's a very nice one. And I can pair it with a minor 7, 11 in flat 13. Okay, so that's a very interesting one. Also, what I have found out, some players, when they don't want to pair this Locrian mode, but they want to give it a more modal sound, they kind of sometimes play like a flat 2 major 7 over F. So it would be. Yeah, and it kind of gives us this Locrian feeling, yeah, Locrian mode feeling. But again, I'm not using that tertial stacking. Okay, I'm glad I did this. I wanted to work with modes. Actually, we should work with all the major modes in all 12 keys, all the altered modes, which are melodic minor bass in all 12 keys, with the harmonic minor modes, which I don't know why, but we don't work with them. They are over there, kind of hiding in the closet. Yeah, but they have such rich sonorities. Yeah, and it can enhance our songwriting and our compositions. Okay, so I'm glad that we covered a lot of material. I want to say thanks to Andrew Gordon for his funky clavinet tutorial. I was practicing. I was having a lot of fun. And I want to thank also to Sera Joe. You know, she's always helping us, yeah, with all her latest video tutorials, especially this one, you know, the transcription of PJ Morton, you know, replay of his latest album, you know, Gospel According to PJ Morton. That's exquisite, yeah, and the transcription is an arrangement more than transcription. Okay, so I will see everybody next week, next Saturday, same time, same channel. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.